So apparently this is one of those days where they do a earlier in the day kind of card. Heard this is one of those like Australia type of cards. How many fights are left? How many fights are left? Mackenzie Dern and Angela Hill were supposed to fight. I didn't even know that. Dang, Angela Hill's record looks like Nate Diaz's. She just can never. They really need to get rid of the judges. I'm not saying that she's won every single fight that she's ever been in, but man, something I'm not sure well, I'm sure those of you that are watching right now that are this early to it are probably hardcore UFC fans, you know, and are probably watching the event right now. Did you see Matthew Brown when he was on the microphone? That was cool. Where he's like calling out the judges and telling them they're punks and stuff like that. Oh, that looked kind of like a shot after the bell right now. I don't know. It was like right on the bell. Tim Means landed one right on the chin. It seemed like after the bow, and it looked like it rocked Morono. So that was unfortunate. Yeah, Matt Brown. He's not a. Wasn't he the guy that was gonna fight Snoop Dogg like on Celebrity Deathmatch a few years ago? He was like basically calling out Snoop Dogg because he didn't like what he said about something. I can't remember. What's up? Maybe I just wanted it to be after the bell because it's more exciting when that happens. I'm always so like completely out of the loop. I've been seeing like NBA finals things and I'm like, oh snap, basketball's still on. I used to be so obsessed with basketball. Now it's like I didn't even know it was basketball season right now. And apparently they're already in the finals. I don't know what's going on. What's up, everybody? Watch more boxing. It's just it's tough. It's tough. Like you know, I work like non-stop on this breakdown video that I just put out. Non-stop. I mean, just like for real. Like Marilena's like, are you gonna do this for the like, I don't know. Like this life, it's not pleasant, you know. Like I should be doing other things. We could, go do something, enjoy the day. But I'm just in here editing. Like I don't think people understand how long it takes. And I mean, I just feel like I gave birth, you know. I'm working on this breakdown for days, just hoping that I release it before it's been an entire week after the event. And like the moment I release it, there's always comments like, hey, now break down this fight. And it's like, you think I'm a robot or what? I can't. You think I'm Grandmaster GBT or what? That happened too when I did my prediction video. Even like it happens with every video I put out. I just work and work and work for days, and I put it out, and then there's comments like, "Hey, you should cover this fight." I wish I could. So like when it comes to boxing, and I remember I was watching some of the Mighty Mouse fight here and there, and that other dude, that Muay Thai dude, I can't remember his name right now. What's his name? Ragnarok or something? That little Muay Thai dude. The guy that dances. Tim Means tapped out. Tim Means tapped out. Morono continues building his name. Savage. But I was like, you know what? I want to start covering some one FC. I'd like to do box, but there's just not there's no. I wish I could clone myself. I don't know. There's not enough of me to go around. It's kind of pathetic. Like I was telling you right now, like about the NBA. Like I didn't even know it was NBA season. It's like I go into hibernation when I'm working on a video. I don't even know what's going on. So it's like, I put out the video and then immediately I got to start working on the next one. And if it doesn't have something to do with the video I'm working on, then it's like I can't pay any attention to whatever it is. Boxing, NBA, people. Smith or Walker? I don't know, man. Maybe Smith. I mean, Walker. I know you can't base stuff on stuff like this, and I've thought this way in the past, and it didn't play out like that. But Smith is just like way too consumed with unimportant things right now. He's way too obsessed with just being upset about this and that, and distracted and emotional and angry. And it's like Walker's just like, I just want to fight, bro. I just want to fight. I just don't know why he mad at me. I don't even know. I think that sounded more like Ricky Ricardo at the end. I don't know, but I think Smith is just messing up. I don't know. And every time I see Smith, every time I see Smith, I always try to think, who does he remind me of? Every time I see his face, he looks familiar to me, like from a past life or something. I'm like, that doesn't make sense because I don't even believe in past lives. So what's really going on right here? And then I realize that fool looks like the Toxic Avenger. I don't know. There's just like, I know, like if you put him like in a lineup or something like that, it's not like the most identical. I'm not going like Mike Goldberg on you. It's not like the most virtually identical, but there's a likeness, you know. Don't even try to tell me there's not a likeness, right? I know I'm not alone on this. I know I'm not alone. GM, we out here. What's up, Chuck? Miss Chuck Almighty. What's up? You woke up early too? 12:26 p.m. I don't know if you're West Coaster or East Coaster, but I'm still feeling the aftershock of I was gonna say sleep, but I didn't even sleep that well. The aftershock of bad sleep. This is like 5 a.m. for me right now. Alex Morono's getting all philosophical right here. Random guy 2-3. GM, who you got? Paul versus Diaz. Shout out to the infamous Fight Cartel, South Carolina. Put your shirt on, spin it around put it around your neck, spin it like a helicopter. Isn't that how that song goes? Do you know that song? South Carolina, put your hands up, take your shirt off, put it around your neck, spin it like a helicopter. That's how it goes, right? You guys used to sing that back in the day? I mean, without doing all my due diligence, I'd probably have to go with Jake Paul. I mean, Nate Diaz is it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. It's like a TV show or something. It's like the most scripted, like the way that the narrative that's been built around him and the things that people say about him, I don't understand it. The lore around this dude, he's like a folk hero. I don't understand it. He seems like the most fragile dude. It seems like the majority of his reputation is how much of a beating he could take. The bigger chunk of his reputation is how much he bleeds and how good he is at taking beatings. He's like the mankind of the UFC. But in WWF, that was like celebrated. That was like a cool thing. He's like hardcore champion. And UFC, it's not the same. It's not the same. And then he's too emotional. He has really thin skin. I mean, both metaphorical and literally. I mean, that full skin, like, I mean, that's why he bleeds so much, but also like in an illustrative sort of way, like the way he gets real, like sensitive. I mean, that fool that I mean, I thought it was funny. I thought it was look, that dude that said that he could beat up the guy that said that he could beat up Nick Diaz. Look, it kind of played it like in the moment, it kind of played like like dad joke adjacent. You know, it was kind of like that kind of like, bro, that's not even. It was like that moment when Henry Cejudo, when he was like, "Hey, look, I'm Benavides," and he was doing that thing with his arms. And it was like, "No, sit down." His whole team was probably like, "Oh man, we don't want to be with this guy," but it was like, it just felt lame. But because it was so lame, like I started laughing. So I wasn't necessarily laughing with him. I was laughing at him, more of a kind of thing. But I'm getting a little bit distracted watching Michael Chandler and McGregor right now in the weight room. I'm getting distracted. I don't know if this is new footage. I haven't seen it. But um um that dude is like, oh, I could box your brother up or whatever. And I thought it was funny because I just love awkward moments like that. It makes me laugh just because it's so uncomfortable. But you like a cool dude. If Nate Diaz was a cool dude, he would have laughed that off and been like, "Man, you're stupid. Like, get out of here." Like, played it off. Everyone would have laughed. Like, it would have broke the ice. Like, everyone's kind of looking at Nate Diaz in that moment because they know the way he is. Oh, snap. Is there any water bottles nearby? Is he going to lose his mind? Is he going to get arrested again? This is a full-grown man with a family, still always out mobbing around with the dudes like he's a bachelor teenager, getting arrested because he's trying to like, and then I know there's speculation on whether it was his fault who started or whatever. Don't even put yourself in that position, fool. If you're that age with the family and responsibilities and you got a bunch of money and there's fools foaming at the mouth to sue you to take that money, to take money out of your children's table and their clothes and their toys and everything that you and you want to just, you got to look hard out there, you know, you got to look like the big dog. You're willing to just put everything on the line and ruin your livelihood and your family and your future and that generational wealth and everything like that because you got to look like a hard dude. It's stupid. He's fragile in more ways than one. When that dude said he was going to box up Nick, he did like the equivalent of, I'm going to tell my dad. I'm going to tell my dad on you. What is, hey, you know, I got homies right here watching you. You know, my homies. What does that mean, Nate? You telling on them or what? Is that like your cool, sleek way of saying, hey, homies, I'm already on probation. Can you handle this for me? Dude, you're acting like little schoolyard bullies. How was that your first response? You talking about my brother, guys? You guys get what I'm saying, right? When I reference you, I'm hoping that you'll go after. I don't want you to forget about this. You can go get him, right? Because that's how we roll, right? 42 dudes against one. All right, make sure you don't forget. All right, give me some water bottles right now. So stupid. Grow up already. It's ridiculous. He should have laughed it off. If it was Khabib or like, I'm trying to think of dudes that aren't like hotheads. If it was like, I mean, even like Chael Sonnen back in the day, he would have embraced something like that. He would have made it funny. He would have talked back. But this dude he makes it too real. He doesn't know how to play it up and have a good time with it. He's just always worried about, it's like insecurity. He's too worried about saving face. He's just got like that perennial black t-shirt personality. I say that all to say that I think Jake Paul is going to beat him. I think Nate Diaz needs that payday because he knows if someone runs up on me, I'm gonna let them know what's up. You know, I ain't gonna let that go over. You know where I'm from, home with 209. I got my homies right. You think we're gonna forget about this? You think I'm gonna get you in the down front? I'm like the Boomhauer of Stockton. You're not gonna down over there, and me and my home gonna up there. You know what? So I gotta take this fight with this YouTuber that I've been making fun of, saying he's not even a real fighter. That way I can make more money for all the times that people are gonna sue me. And then, like, I'll probably, whenever the Grandmaster of MMA gets a press pass and goes to MMA events, I'm gonna try to roll up on him and throw some water bottles at him. And he's gonna sue me because he doesn't make any money on YouTube. So he's gonna try to get my money. So I gotta take more fights so I can pay that fool. Cause that's what's up. Come on, what's good, Hefe? I'm a hater. I hope he and Jerry gets KO'd. Not only do I hope as well, that dude's annoying. Every time he wins, he acts like he just became triple champ. Every time he wins, it's like the biggest party ever. It's ridiculous. He's just, I don't know, some dudes just rub you the wrong way. I got people accusing me all the time that I don't like black dudes, which is not true. The Cosby Show, for example, one of my favorite shows of all time. Ironic how that turned out. I just want it to be known, though, one of my favorite shows of all time. Got the whole box set on DVD. I like Shaquille O'Neal. I used to listen to a lot of Casey and JoJo back in the day. I'm telling you, I had a substitute teacher that was black, or he was Filipino. I'm not sure. Cool dude. Really cool dude. It didn't matter to me, though. It wasn't about that. He was a really nice guy. And he didn't even care that we ran out of our bathroom passes. Like, anytime, like, it was mayhem after my original teacher got pregnant. But a lot of fools are always like, hey, you don't like black fighters. That's not true. Well, there are black, it's true, but it's not true, because there are black fighters that I don't like, but there are black fighters that I do like. But I'm just happy that there's a white, like a super white dude that I don't like. So then people will know that I'm a equal opportunity hater. I also hate Aljo and Bilal. Had to get it out, man. See, like, you too. Like, Kaimon's over here like, we are the world. I hate everybody. I don't care what color you are. It's still possible for me to hate you. I don't know the rest of the melody of that song. I just know the We Are the World part. Uncle Bob reacts. He says, cool. Thank you for reacting to the stream. Thank you, Uncle Bob. Thank you for being here. Where are we at? Chef X Hyro Gym, I got my first 2 submissions in no-gi class this week, thanks to studying the Mexican martial arts. Dang, I bet that felt good. No-gi class this week. That's how you gotta do it. Like, there's just there's something real cool. Like, for the streets, no, like, I would advise against it, but there's something real cool in grappling with the gi. There's just something cool about it. Like, there's so many advantages you could have and opportunities and things you could play around with, but you gotta go with no gi. You gotta go with no gi. What if some fool rolls up on you at factory to you? Like, he thought you took his parking spot or something like that, or you got the last stick of gum and he tries to loke up on you. What are you gonna do? Tell him, hey, I got an extra gi in the trunk of my car. Let's throw them on real quick and we'll handle this like gentlemen. Nah, you gotta go no gi. You know why? Because when you're out in the street, when you're out living your life, it's no gi all day, every day. It's no gi. We're living a no gi type of life. Aside from when you're training and stuff like that, I know if you do wear gis, but I'm saying aside from that, if you go out to the beach, if you're going out to the beach in a gi, unless you're like one of the Gracie dudes and you're filming like a video for your Instagram and you think you gotta put in your gi and everybody there hates you and they're looking at you like, what do you think this is? We're trying to have a good time. And you're out here thinking like, make your own photo shoot, making everything about you with your acai and stuff like that. But most of the time it's no gi. So respect. Congratulations. That's gotta feel good. I know how that feels. I never did it. I haven't done it in a. Oh, you said in class, right? Yeah, I never did it in a competition, nothing like that. But in class, I remember one time. I don't think I ever told this story on here. I'm not gonna go into detail right now, but I was in the judo class and we were doing the waza. First of all, I think a lot of BJJ dudes think that judo doesn't have basically your all the BJJ that you fools are doing came from judo. It's called newaza. I remember when I was going through the judo, um, I was learning about newaza, and then I was like, yeah, there's BJJ. They have this the rear naked choke or whatever. And then the dude's like, oh, you mean that song called So Sapo? And he does it. And I'm like, oh, snap. So you already know that? And he's like, well, we're the ones that made it. And then it was like, oh, how about the triangle choke or whatever? And he's like, oh, you mean the Sing Dok Kyong Kung? And then he did it. And I was like, wait a minute, you know that one? He's like, we gave them that one. We already made. And then I was like, well, how about this one where you grab up here and then you pull down? And then I said the English name. I don't remember. There's something collar choke. And he's like, oh, the pang tak dong. And then I was like, dang, you guys already had all these. And he's like, that's what I've been trying to tell you. Newaza is like ancient. And we were doing Newaza. And there was this dude that used to go there. There was a dude that used to go to this dojo. He had left apparently. I never knew this dude. And then I started going there. And then he came back. Like I was there for months and months and months. Then he showed up thinking like he was hot stuff. And he's like, who's this fool? And I'm not like that. I was just, hey, what's up? Good to see you, nice to meet you, and all that. Just like being polite. And he was just trying to let everyone know who he was and stuff like that. And he brought his son with him. And he was talking up a big game and making his son think he was the big dog and everything like that. Until he got caught up in I got a little bit silly, jumped the gilly, and that fool got choked out right in front of his son. And I felt bad. I felt bad about it. I didn't like it. But I'm not gonna sign ya. I'm petty. And I looked at his son and I went like that. No, I'm playing. I didn't do that part. Hey, but it felt dirty. Because his boy was like this. And I was squeezing the life out of his dad. And I looked over. And it was like a movie. And it like brought something out of me when that happened. And I squeezed harder incidentally. But I'm just saying, I'm trying to relate that experience with you because you're talking about submissions and it feels good. Submissions feel good. But they don't like you to do that a lot in judo. At least not the people that I was training with. Like BJJ dudes. Like that's one of the things I like about BJJ. You go to a BJJ school, and you're gonna. I mean, for the most part, as far as anything I've ever been exposed to, they like to work. Like I've been to some karate dojos and judo dojos where it's like theory. And if he does this, then you would do that. And if you're in this situation, then you would do that, but don't do it because you might hurt him. It's like, oh, I'm like, this is all theoretical. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna get an alteration. I'm gonna tell some fool like, hey, if you do this, then I might do this to you. And then if I kick you there, it's gonna move your body in this position, and you're gonna be exposed to this, and I might do this to you. I'm not gonna be able to do that. That verbal type of verbal judo. I need to apply this. That's one of the things that BJJ does have. They're constantly hands-on, rolling. We keep rolling. And I remember I would try to be doing that waza, and I'll be trying to. That's why that memory came back to me because that was like a rare moment because they would always try to. That's why I did. I was like, fool, I'm trying to traumatize some kids over here. They always wanted to like right when you're on the brink of getting a sub or right when you were like, I mean, of course you're not gonna break the dude's arm or anything like that, but they were like way too scared of like letting you just go. Typical skeptic podcast, UFO, paranormal, PSI. That Nick Diaz impression is amazing. Well done, Jim. I'm done. I don't know. I don't think it's an impression. I don't know if it's necessarily an impression. I think I'm just channeling it. I don't know. I don't know. It's like he just took over. I appreciate you. Thank you. It just happened. I don't know where it came from. I watched too much Diaz footage over the years doing this channel. Um, um, I was on vacation in Spain. I saw a dude covered in hair and wearing a gi in 35 degrees Celsius. Wait, what do you mean covered in hair? Like he just had like a super hairy body? Um, that same dude, by the way, I don't know if you guys remember. Few years ago now, my shoulder was super messed up. That dude's the one that messed up my shoulder, the one I choked out. So we were doing some dumb, it was called nage no kata, some judo kata that's like absolutely completely useless in every way. It's just like dancing. Like it's not applicable for self-defense or combat whatsoever. And he picked me up and he threw me the wrong way because you have to learn how to throw each other and how to land. And my shoulder was messed up. I was like this. I don't remember. I don't know what that rotator. I don't know, but it was like that was scary. Someone said, "Imagine Nate Diaz gets knocked out and then he starts talking normal." Wait, what? What kind of stoppage was that? It was like a non-stoppage. Oh, that's why Dominic Cruz was being weird about the stoppage because it's Keith Peterson. he he called him all nonsense Keith Peterson. Oh, dang it. Is that the first time Dominic Cruz said that? I've never heard that. I've never heard him say that. Has that already been a meme in the community? I gotta write that down. All nonsense. Dang, savage. Yeah, the stoppage was weird. The guy was ground and pounding, and then he just hold on. Let me see what happened. They're playing it again. He's ground and pounding like crazy, and then he just got up and walked away. He decided he was done, and then after he left, Keith Peterson was like, "All right, he's done with you. It's over." Wow. Dominic Cruz is like all of a sudden. Wow. Dang, I can smell the tobacco from right here. I can smell the booze and tobacco from right here through the screen. Wow. For real, is Oberg is like, I am the referee now. I don't know how to do that. How is it? I am the captain now. I'm the captain now. I'm the referee now. In case you guys haven't seen it, I did upload a breakdown. Just completely going over everything that happened between Sterling and Cejudo, laying it all out, laying out all the deception and the trickery and the manipulation. It was, I mean, there's layers on layers. It was just a lot of shenanigans that went on during and around the event. It was disgusting. Yes, Bloodsport. I drink it like I drink it a lot just because I like the flavor. Because I put a bunch of lemon in it. Like I squeeze actual lemon into it. It just tastes so good. Olberg is that Adesanya teammate, isn't he? Keith Peterson dipped out of there. He was embarrassed. He's worried about his job. He power walked out of there. ADC, stop standing in front of the camera with the back of your head. Yeah, I love it, Bloodsport. I love it. I got addicted to it. He went for a cigarette break. I don't know. Maybe what's his name? Aldana, Almeida. I think maybe Almeida. I think Almeida. Like this is just off the dome. Um, I mean, I know this can't be everything. Let me so look. I know this doesn't matter, but let me just tell you this. Aldana, wait, what's Almeida? He's 18-2, right? But I don't know if you know this part. Submission, 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 TKO, and then he lost. Submission, and then he lost a decision. So those his losses are out of the way now. And one of them was a decision. TKO, submission, KO, TKO, submission, TKO, submission, 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 TKO, submission, submission, TKO. And they're like, let me see. They're all early. They're all early. Um, and then I think of the way that Rozenstruik fights and the way that dude just like moves forward like a big Dustin Gaethje. And Almeida just has so many submissions and TKOs that probably came from from the ground. And I mean, he beat Junior Dos Santos. Who doesn't beat Junior Dos Santos? Uh, and then the people that he's losing to, that just says a lot about him. I don't know. I mean, just after looking at things for a couple minutes max, I think Almeida. I don't know, but that's why MMA is the way it is, and it's why people bet. If everything was always, it's funny. Just like when I put out a prediction and people want to come back. First of all, it seems like if my prediction was wrong, that's so much better for the video after the fact because everyone wants to come back to a video that was wrong so they could talk papas. But like the thing about it that is like for real is like obviously if everything was super 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 all the way completely obvious, no one would bet. No one would ever bet. That would be like if you tell someone, I'll bet you $50 that tomorrow the sun's gonna come up. And if you unless you live in Antarctica, where it's like I don't think the sun ever comes up, or I don't know how it goes. It's always dark or something. then it's like, oh, yeah, that's dumb. Why would I ever do that? Or like, hey, I'll bet you $50 that tomorrow, um, something dumb, Like I bet you $50 tomorrow, McDonald's will be open. Like what? Why wouldn't they be open? Like that's why people bet and gamble on MMA fights because how anything could, even when it looks like the clearest thing's gonna happen, some dude could like put his big toe in someone's face and it's over and you didn't expect it. And that's what makes it exciting. So Rozenstruik still has that puncher's chance, but if everything goes according to history and the way it should, which it doesn't sometimes, Almeida should be winning. Blah, 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 Blair Davis. I really loved how you blame Matt Serra for the whole thing. Man, I had a brain pillow right now. When I read Matt Serra, my mind went to Matt Brown. And I was like, wait a minute, what did I say about what did I blame on Matt Brown? I was thinking about it right now because how Matt Brown just fought, and I was like, well, I thought I said some good things about him. I couldn't remember. But hey, Blair, I'm telling you, and I've seen people in the comments like, for reals, he wasn't in unbedded. When I saw him in the corner, I was like, what's that on? I went back, I was looking at footage. I didn't see him at the press conference. I didn't see. It's like they hid it. They hid it right under our beanies. They didn't want us to know about it. I can't believe it. It was so weird. And then, I mean, beyond that, not only were they hiding it, like flat out hiding it. I mean, he said he was done. He wasn't going to do it. He didn't want the drama. They didn't show him in any form, on any video, any interview, any training. He wasn't getting out of SUVs and airplanes and hotel rooms. He was nowhere. Then he shows up looking all veiny and tanned and everything, ready to go, looking more imposing and intimidating than ever before. Fool's looking healthy, I'm telling you. He looks like that dude from the commish, but when he was on the Shield. That's how Matt Serra looks right now. Like a few years ago, he looked like the commish dude on the commish. This last fight, he looked like the commish dude, but on the Shield. He's like final form Matt Serra right now. But not only that, it's like next level Blair Davis. It's next level because when you put that against, when you pin corner against corner, that's a whole other thing now. You got this dude telling his Olympic gold medal wrestler fighter, hey, fool, why are you wrestling? Stop wrestling. You got to strike more. You know how you can't reach him? And you got these little short Benavides, these T-Rex Benavides arms, and you can't reach him? Strike him more. I know you can't reach him, but strike him more. And you know how he's willing to grapple with you, and he keeps initiating the grapples and like going right. You like it's like if you're Michael Jordan and he's giving you the basketball. You know how like he's going to the wrestling game and you're an Olympic gold medalist. Disengage and throw more strikes. On the other hand, you got Matt Serra over there. Hey, Aljo, get off. I don't want to see you on all fours. Get up. I don't want to see you like that. Wake up. Wake up. And you got this other fool. Man. I know it sounds weird. I know it sounds like a joke, but it's not impossible. I don't see why we can't see Mighty Mouse in Cejudo's corner. Why not? That would be unbelievable. It makes sense. They're homies. They train together. They exchange ideas. They learn together. Why wouldn't they do? They're invested. They care about each other. They root for each other. That would be amazing. And that would be straight up like Apollo and Rocky right there. That would make the most sense. Now, if we're talking about people like in that world that are already active and already doing it, all right. Well, then the obvious answer, Javier Mendez. You got to go with the best. But I don't understand why he can't call up the homie and say, hey, come out. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, Mighty Mouse was fighting. He was fighting. He could at least FaceTime them though. You remember that one fight? I think it was. Wasn't it a Masvidal fight? I think it was one of the fights where he fought Usman. They had Matt Brown on FaceTime in his corner. What's up, AJ? It's all right. It's all right. To be honest, I feel a little bit cloudy today. I don't know why. I feel a little bit funky. I was working too hard this last week. I told myself after from now on I'm making like 5-minute videos. I can't keep working these hours. And I know you fools are like, what are you talking about, dude? You release like one video every week or 2 weeks and they're like 10 minutes long. Yeah, well, I'm a dummy. I made them too complicated. I need to make 5-minute videos now. Um, and I just feel funky. I feel like I have like postpartum upload or something like that. Every time I upload, the next couple days, I just feel like I'm in a funk. I got that adrenaline dump. I just feel like, especially if it doesn't break like a certain threshold, like what I was like, if it didn't do how I was hoping it would do, it just makes it even worse. I wish I could, Andrew. I wish I could. Um, but it, people don't want to work for free, and they can't work for free. And I wouldn't ask anyone to work for free. If someone volunteered to work for free with me on my videos, I would deny it. That's crazy. I wouldn't want someone to do that. That's crazy because I know how much work it is. And I wouldn't even want to set someone up for failure like that because there's no way they would do what is required. The way that I edit and want my videos to be, nobody would do that for free or for cheap. And I was looking at stuff the other day, like if I was to try to pay someone to do like, so look, like all the photos and all the footage I use, every time I talk about like he threw a question mark kick. Now you got to scour the fight footage and find that question mark kick, right? Oh, he had 3 takedowns. You got to find all the takedowns now. I reference some article or some interview. You got to go find the interview and cut out that moment. I say something that you got to Photoshop. I was thinking, what if I pay someone to do all that stuff? I tell them exactly what to do. I make a list of all the things they need to find and cut up and download and do on Photoshop. I make the list because like it has to be. I know this sounds dumb and selfish or whatever, but it has to be my ideas. I have to tell them like this is what is going to go here and this goes there, and then they just do the legwork. So they don't have to do any thinking whatsoever. It's just legwork. And I was like, what if I just hire someone to do that? I make a list and I say I need all these things, and it takes. I'm not talking about a work day. I'm talking about like from the moment you wake up to you go to sleep. Like it takes a full day, the length that my videos are. And I was thinking, what if I pay someone just to do that and or a couple other things? And I realized I would need to pay them more than the videos even make. so I'm already like upside down. So I can't hire anybody else. I'm gonna just try to cut it in half. I'm gonna try to make shorter videos. That way, because look, here's the way my mind works. I'm really ambitious, Fools think that one thing that, and I shouldn't even say this because then it could just be manipulated. Look, I got nothing against the MMA guru. I always say nothing but love. I'm a member on his channel. I support him and all that. But and I remember a while back he made a video and he referenced me and he said a lot of very nice things that I didn't expect him to say. He said very, very kind things that really mean a lot to me. And I don't think it was even necessarily what he said. So I want to make it clear. Because when I heard that he said something, I went and checked it out, and he said like super positive stuff. But his viewers took what he said and started making comments about that I was like lazy and I don't work hard enough, and like That irritated me because, like, I don't care if you don't see me upload something for weeks. Like, I feel like no one works harder than I do. And the problem is, like, it's stuff that you don't see because I'm not uploading, like, I don't have the format where I could upload every day, where I could just go record and then I'm just here and then I turn it off and then my day's over. I do a lot of stuff that goes unseen. So people, it's like not appreciated. And people think, oh man, that drives me crazy. People think I'm lazy because I work so hard like that. Like I take that personal. That's like a pet peeve. Because I genuinely, I don't care if like it's Charles Son and whoever. I don't care if you upload 6 videos a day. Like on site, I'm like, I don't care who you are, I work harder. Even if I sound delusional, you know how like Nate Diaz is always like, I'm the best ever in the UFC, I'm the champ. You're like, fool, you have an upside down record. What are you talking about? That's how I feel. Like nobody works harder. Like I that makes me so mad. But like I can't, I wouldn't be able to pay someone to do what I do. So I'm just gonna have to cut it in half and do be able to do one a week. But then, like I said, the ambitious way that I am, then I was like, wait a minute, if I make 5-minute videos, then I could do 2 in a week and I could be more prolific. And I'm like, wait a minute, I'm putting myself back in the same problem. That's still the same amount of time. That's still the same amount of editing. I can't do this. Stay Live 500, member for 4 months. Thank you. Staying alive. Staying alive. See, Men of Culture just go live every day at a particular time. I can't do that. I can't bring myself to do that. It just feels so low quality. I can't. It feels like a money grab. I don't like doing that. And I've talked about it before. There's so many times throughout the week where I want to go live. And there's something that happened and there's news and I want to talk about it and give my take on it. But I'm like, I need to spend every second I have working on my breakdown or my prediction. I don't have time to do it right now. I wish I could. There's that. And there's, I don't want to mess up the algorithm on my channel. Because when I go live all the time, the core of my viewers are like, that's not why we're here. We want to see the edited video. So then it messes up my algorithm. And then they don't show up to watch the edited videos because they think I'm just going live all the time. So that's why I made that second channel that I really need to get back to. So I could just do whatever I want over there. I'll upload like an edited video once a week over here. And then I'll go stream over there anytime I want. But I would never go. I've tried it before here and there, but it was just such a mistake. I should never go live on here every day. I like to make art, you know? I don't want to just come at you wasting your time just rambling. I'll do that on my other channel. Mike Lane. For the truthers, I read somewhere that the more active you are on the channel, the more likely you are to receive a membership when they're gifted out. Oh, that makes a lot of sense because there were times when people were getting the memberships gifted and I was like, what are the chances? Because I've been seeing those people popping up all over, leaving comments and stuff like that. So I was happy that they got rewarded with that. So that makes a lot of sense to me. So if you're smart out there and you want to get gifted a membership, listen to the words and wisdom of the homie Mike Lane and start spamming this channel. Thank you, Mike Lane. People obviously just don't know your situation. They don't got kids and wives and bills to pay. They think you're some fool on YouTube like the rest of them. Yeah. Look, from my experience, and I might be wrong. I might be talking out of my beanie right here. I don't know. Just from as far as I know, the majority, at least, of people like in the space, they're either like young bachelors that don't have a family to support or real responsibility, so they could just do YouTube all day, every day, or they're older and their kids are like grown and doing their own thing, and don't need them to necessarily be around for large parts of the day. So I'm stuck in the middle, and it's like I'm trying to be a good dad. I'm trying to be a good guy and do everything I'm supposed to do, be available and present and stuff like that. I can't, I don't want to be one of those dudes that just throws it all over. Like, you hear all these stories, your favorite musicians and actors or whatever, and their lives are all in mayhem and they get married 3 times and stuff like that. Why do you think that is? Because the way that they idolize their work and they idolize money, and that's just all they're seeking. It's never enough. And I've never cared about that. I don't care if anybody ever knows who I am or knows my name. I just want to have my bills paid. A lot of people get that high off of like likes and feeling noticed and notoriety and stuff like that. I just want to work and pay my bills. That's it. And it's like when people are on the other side of the screen, it's like they don't look at you like a real person. They're just like, give more content, more content. Just dance, clown. Just give more. Hurry up already. And they don't realize you only have so much time in the day as well. You have limitations. Jay Smith, welcome. The homie. The homie is now family. The homie is now family. Don't forget to scope that membership tab. Look, I wanna address one thing. There's 206 people right here, and hopefully the right people will hear this. Because I know people think I'm weird about this sometimes. Non-applicable just said, this is why I don't bother you with messages. He says it's real. These are real human beings. I want to say something about messages and about like DMs. I saw something pop up the other day. It was like a comment or something. And someone said something like, hey, I went to your Patreon and I sent you a message and you didn't even respond. And there's this other dude who's a big creator and he responded, and that's messed up. And came up in a comment or email or something like that. Because I didn't see it in Patreon because I don't open those. But he was like upset about it. He's like, even this dude opened it. And look, here's my thing about DMs. And I hope you understand this. There's some people out there. There's some, like, for reals, and from my perspective, there's some weirdos. There's some other YouTubers and Instagrammers and influencers or whatever. And I'm not, these are people that these are people that I know, people I've interacted with, people that, so like I've seen it loud and clear. There's people who do what I do that just like, they're just foaming at the mouth for people to DM them and interact with them and give them attention. And it's like, that's what they live for. And I don't know if they don't have significant others, they don't have kids, I don't know if they got all the time in the world or what. But they're just like basically begging people to DM them. And there's this new weird thing on Instagram. I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's a weird feature where you could like start a DM. Have you seen that? You like kind of put it out there and like you're basically like inviting people to DM you. It's super weird. Like, you got to have too much time on your hands. You got to like hate your family to do that. Like, hey, you want to interact with someone, go talk to your son. You want to talk to someone that bad, go talk to your lady. Like, why are you like begging strangers to come interact with you? But is Ian Gary really gonna ground and pound him out? Rodriguez lost. You punk. You go and burn my guy and ruin his brand new suit. And then you're just gonna lose to this guy anyway. Perfect. But what I was trying to get at is, I used to respond to comments back in the day, like everyone. And the thing about me with, DMs. And the thing about me with DMs is I'm not one of those dudes that's just like heart, thanks, thumbs up. If I do a DM, I'm going to interact with you. and I'm gonna be going back and forth with you. I'm gonna acknowledge every single thing you said and asked, and we're gonna be going back and forth, and you're gonna respond again, and then I'm gonna respond to that, and we're like, because I take it serious, and it means a lot to me. And if you took the time out of your day, then I want to like respect that. What I learned was, because of what I do for a living, and there's not, you clock in at this time and you're done at that time, and it's like you got to work until your video's done. You got to get it uploaded while the news is still relevant. You got sponsors. You got certain days and times your YouTube audience is online. You got certain marks you got to hit. So once all that's done, and not even when it's done, sometimes in the midst of that, okay, now there's DMs. I'm already having a hard enough time connecting with my family, in person, face to face, because of how many hours my work takes. So it's like, when I'm finally done editing, when I'm finally done shooting, when I'm done writing, when I'm done doing everything that this entails, I'm either going to go interact with my family. I'm going to go outside. I'm going to play catch. I'm going to just go run some errands. I'm going to be present. I'm going to be available. I'm going to sit down on the couch and have a conversation, or I'm going to just be DMing. And I felt like this doesn't feel right. I remember there'd be times I'm sitting there on the couch and I'm DMing, and okay, here's another one, I'm DMing, and I just see my son over there. Just like, I could be giving him attention right now. It's like, this isn't right. This is weird. I'm over here like, and it's weird. It's a fine line, because any and all success that I have on here, and I told you guys not that far back, it's because of you guys. I have no success if you're not right here watching. If you like a video, if you comment, if you share and subscribe and all that, that's all you guys, all helping me, all making me successful. I can't do that by myself. I can't subscribe to my own channel, comment on my own videos, like my own videos. I guess I could, but that's not how it works. So there is that part where I'm like super aware of that and appreciative. And I know that the only success I have is because of you guys showing up. But if I live that out, if I carry that out to the fullest, I'm living many more lifetimes over than I even have, trying to thank and interact with every single person on a daily basis. Like, that would just be a losing battle. So then it got to a point where I just stopped. Like, I'm not even going to get in on, because if I go in the DMs, I'm going to feel guilty, because I would see messages. I'm like, man, I have to respond to this. This like means something. It's emotional. They're saying something really kind. I don't want to ignore this. So then I felt like it's easier if I just stay out of it. I don't even want to be exposed to it. And then you just run into people always trying to do stuff or get something from you or bring up something crazy, and it's like, there's no good that could come from it. But I saw this one thing, non-applicable, that was like, this is why I don't and I'm like, yeah, it's no disrespect to anyone, because I'm very thankful for all of you, and I'm in the comments. I'm always leaving comments, but the DMs, they just like, they have the possibility of just getting so personal and so intimate and back and forth that it's like, it could get tricky, it could get awkward, it could get uncomfortable, it could get very long-winded, even if it is positive, and then I'm taking time away from the people that really need it from me the most. And it's a complicated thing to juggle. Sam Garnett made it, Grandmaster. You finally got out of work, or you woke up? You got here just in time. It was Song Yadong, right? Song Yadong is the dude that he messed up, made him go to a different weight class, made him waste his suit and everything. And then he goes and loses to this dude anyway. Yeah, David Capico, for real. Is like, people, I never stopped seeing the comments. I never stopped seeing the comments of people like, where are you? How come you're not doing anything? And I'm like, fool, I'm sitting in front of my computer right now. You know why I saw your comment pop up right now saying I'm lazy and how come I'm not uploading? Because I'm right here in front of my computer editing. That's why I saw your comment, because I never stopped working. Man. Um, um, Forgive me, I'm just trying to read some comments right here. Um, Aljamain Sterling in the crowd. Benavides behind him, looking over his shoulder. Benavides like, you guys aren't gonna put the camera on me or what? Um, Pharmacide. I need help with the treasure hunt. Grandmaster, can you DM me? um, Thank you, Jay Smith. I appreciate it. Um, Oh, it was Jing. Oh, dang it! It wasn't Song Yadong. It was Jingling. Oh, dang it! Oh, oh. I hate black dudes, and I think all Asian people are the same dude. Oh no! I hate black dudes, and I think all Asian dudes are the same guy, and I think British people are annoying. Oh no! Oh, triple C. I'm triple C. I'm triple canceled. I'm the new triple C. Oh no! I thought it was on your dong. Hold up, I want to put that up. Oh, where is that? GM, did your siblings make you play as Horace Grant in NBA Jam while they played as Pippin? No, you know what my siblings did? They did that old school trick on me where they gave me a controller but it wasn't plugged in. They used to do that to me all the time. And I don't know how I was so off that I thought, like, I didn't realize the dudes on the screen weren't following what I was doing. But that's the trick they used to pull on me. Man. I remember they also told me that I had another sibling. I was the baby. I was the youngest one. They told me that I had another sibling and that they killed them and that they buried them in the backyard. And that if I made them mad, that they were gonna do the same thing to me. I'm not. This is my origin story. I'm telling you, this ain't a joke. They used to tell me that. That's how they would try to keep me in line. They used to hold me down and tickle me. There was like I had a sibling on this arm, a sibling on this arm, and then one of them sitting on my legs and tickling me. Oh man. This is how I came to be. This is how I came to be. Oh man. Um Sad addict. Oh, where is that? Where's that comment? Oh, where is that on this screen? I'm trying to look at two different screens here because one of them lets me put it on the screen and the other one doesn't. Sad addict Jesse, you never responded to the feet pic I sent you. Chael did. Hey, Chael would. Chael would do that. So you guys want to know how bad I'm trying to sell out right now? I actually emailed Fight Pass and asked if they wanted to do something, and I sent them a bunch of materials. I sent them a bunch of stuff that thoughts that I had. Well, not a bunch. I didn't like oversaturate it. I tried to be concise, but just some of the things that I've done and like what I'm doing and try to describe it. And I didn't get a text back, so a lot of times I see comments like you should try to do something with the UFC, try to break down the walls, try to get in there, try. And I thought, well, maybe I could do something. It's a stream. It's the biggest martial artist streaming platform or whatever on the thing. And I was like, well, I'll hit them up. I'll be like, hey, I sent them a couple screenshots. I was like, hey, look at your boy Chael Sonnen keeps commenting on my videos. I was like, scope it out. Like and then I don't know. Nothing. So I gotta just you're gonna catch me on Truth Social and Odyssey. You and DC will have a great show. I need to help that fool break away from the narrative. DC has been just like going off the deep end lately. Maybe it's a blessing in disguise, though, you know, because I don't know how I would ever work with a place like that, because I can't have anybody trying to tell me like what to do or what not to say or whatever, because that couldn't possibly work. But I saw some of the stuff they have on Fight Pass, and I was like, oh snap. I think they'll just leave me alone. Some of the stuff I was seeing on there was like, oh, I feel like I could say whatever then. Sancho 6'9", Grandmaster, I just got out of work. Had the top dog Rodriguez thrown down yet? Also, a shout out to Big Boy Smiley. Rodriguez just got TKO'd. Rodriguez just got TKO'd. He went and he burned. He burned my boy Song Yadong. Jing Liang. He burned him. Ruined his whole experience several UFCs ago. Just to go and get TKO'd anyway. Shout out to Big Boy Smiley. Big Boy Smiley. I've thought about that, AC. I've thought about that, but there's other channels that do that. There's other channels that like regularly interview fighters, like consistently, and they don't blow up. So I was like, well, why am I gonna go down that road? Like, to begin with, I don't really want to have to socialize with anybody and reach out to anybody and get in contact with anybody. That's just so much work and like getting to know each other, and then they have to like kind of get what I do, and then if it doesn't even go anywhere and get views anyway, it's like it's not like I enjoyed it. My ESPN Plus is about to expire. Still deciding if I'm going to renew it or not. I don't ever put on ESPN Plus unless you guys see me on here. So for me, it was like a necessity. I had to do it just to do the fights. But like, I don't know about you, Zach. There's like not a second during the week where I'm just like, let me see what's on ESPN. It's strictly like, if I'm on it, I'm on here streaming. So I guess that's all the use I get out of it. If I did do it, I would want to have fun with it. Like, it would have to have a sense of humor. Like, Like I remember, okay, I used to know. I was there was this dude that I would interact with online that was like in Tito Ortiz's circle, and he kind of brought up the man. I forgot about this. I completely forgot about this. You remember how a few years ago, I don't know, Tito Ortiz was fighting some like Mexican wrestler dude? Do you remember that? It was like some guy that was like in the WWF or some Spanish promotion or something. I don't know. He was gonna fight that guy, and the dude on the inner circle actually invited me out to wherever it was, Orange County, or I don't remember where it was, to go and do an interview with Tito. And we were kind of going back and forth a little bit about like, what kind of things might we talk about, and am I gonna ask him about. And I told him that like I do things a little bit differently. I kind of just wanted to have fun with him, and I wanted it to be entertaining and like humorous. I didn't want it to just be like all boring, just like another. I want to go in there like Mike Bone or something like that. So I told him that my angle, like this was like my general idea, and I didn't even get into what questions I was gonna ask him, but the concept was I was basically gonna go through the interview, um, acting like I thought he was Kurt Angle, and then like not realizing who he was, and just like asking him stuff that didn't make sense, and and then the dude was like, nah, he's not gonna like that. um like he was basically letting me know like he kind of takes himself a little too seriously and probably wouldn't, like that's just not the way he want, like not the direction he wanted to go in. So I just didn't even go. I was like, I don't want to talk to him. Like I don't have any interest. Otherwise, I'm not like a fanboy. I'm not gonna be happy just to go in. Like I know some people would be like, I get to go sit and talk to Tito, and I was like, fool, I'm not gonna drive all the way to Orange County to do a boring interview. Um, but I thought that could have been funny, and I even had like a list of things that I wanted to ask him that would have made sense for that concept. But it was like, nah, he's not gonna go for that. So I was like, well, then I'm not gonna drive 4 hours for that either. But if I could have fun with it and ask stuff like dumb stuff and like make them feel uncomfortable, and you know what I was saying it like the last stream, Nina Drama, that she's taking everything I work for. What she's doing right now with all her cleavage and everything, what Nina Drama's doing is what I was wanting to do years ago. It was like I would interview fighters if I could do it like in between two ferns kind of style, and that's what Nina Drama's doing now. And I emailed Dana White years ago. I did. I'm gonna admit it. I told him some ideas, and I would like to do this and that, but I should have came up like that with the cleavage like Nina Drama. If I would have rolled up like that in the DMs, maybe he would have acknowledged me. I don't know. But I had that idea a long time ago that it would be funny. And now she's killing it. She doesn't have like millions of views or anything like that. And I know a lot of people probably want to hate her because she's the new thing. She came along like the time of slap fighting and stuff, but they're funny. They're funny. They're funny. And it was like it was a little bit bitter for me because I was like, fool, that's what I've been trying to do. You taking everything I work for. It's frustrating. That's exactly what I wanted to do. Well, not exactly, because I don't want to do interviews, but if I was, that's how I would do it. Um, yeah, there's this girl called Nina Drama. I think she has another name. She goes by like a couple different names. I don't know if you guys have seen her popping up on the UFC channels and other places. She's like making the rounds, and she's making a bunch of content, like a bunch of funny interviews with fighters. And I know a lot of people, it seems like they want to hate her, but I'm not gonna lie, they're funny. She's very good at what she does. They're funny. Yeah, she pulls pranks and stuff, and she'll give him funny gifts. That one that she did with Dana White, where she like wrote him a check or something so he could pay off that guy, that mafia guy that was trying to kill him. That one was funny. That one I thought was like super funny. Super funny. Yeah, closed caption. I know exactly what you're saying. I feel like a lot of people, she came in and they just automatically wanted to hate her, but I'm not gonna pretend. She's super funny. I think it's just annoying sometimes, like how things come about. Double standards go both ways, you know, and it's like, man, I'm gonna have to try to break in, like hitting up Laura Stanko or something. I don't know, because Dana White's giving me the cold shoulder. Hey, I was just singing this song earlier. Spin it like a helicopter. This thing keeps getting all messed up. Who's even coming out right now, man? I need to keep up. Is this the... Oh, it's the Toxic Avenger. Anthony Smith is coming out right now. Oh, Return of the Smith. Let me remind you again, I just came out with a new breakdown video laying out everything that happened, all the deception and deceit and manipulation from UFC 288. I'm very, very displeased with the view count. So please make my day and go watch it. Let me see. There's 200 people here right now. And so I'm going to need every one of you guys and gals. I'm going to need every one of you to watch my new video that I pinned up here at the top of the chat section. I'm going to need all 200 plus of you to watch the video. Hold on, let me try to do the math in my head real quick. Wait, I think I could divide it. That's a dividing problem, right? It's a dividing problem. So it has over 63,000 views right now. It doesn't show that way publicly, but on the back end, it shows me it has 63,000. There's 200 of you here right now. So I think that 63,000. No. I was going to do 63,000 divided by 200. What I need to do is, if it has 63,000, that means I need 37,000 more views. So 37, because I needed to get past 100K or I'm going to burn my beanie. 37,000 divided by 200. That's how you do it, right? Oh, that's nothing. That's nothing. Look, there's over 200 of you right now. I need every single one of you to watch the video 185 times. I thought it was going to be like in the thousands. That's not even 200. If every one of you could watch the new video that I have pinned up here at the top of the chat, if you could just watch it 185 times each, then I could break the 100K. That's not I don't think I'm asking for a lot. Grasshopper Mouse, welcome to the membership. Sculpt the membership tab. I'm finally going to start making shorter videos because I hate my life and I can't sustain this. I'm going to start making shorter videos and I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back and look at the last dates and I'm going to start flooding the YouTube membership tab and the Patreon with a bunch of videos. I'm not going to start fresh. I'm going to go back. And I'm gonna start flooding it with everything I owe you guys. Dang it. Is this the MMA long division you've been talking about? It's evolving. I appreciate that, Octopus with no friends. I don't know. I can't. When did the Goonies come out? Like 87 or what? I'm guessing. Dang it, 1985. The Goonies came out in 85. I'm pretty sure that was before the Toxic Avenger. The Toxic Avenger was like, hold on, let me guess. 91. Oh, what? No way. I came out in 84? I would have thought for sure the Toxic Avenger copied the Goonies. The Toxic Avengers, like, someone made it in an hour in their backyard. Wow, that's a surprise. Period. You might not be getting them views, but you're still my boy. I appreciate that. Thank you. That's the thing I've been most concerned about. So thank you for confirming. Thank you. Thank you. All right, here we go. Here we go. Johnny Walker. Mike Lane just get the 5 memberships. 5 memberships to Who's Your Daddy, RC, aka Indiana Jones, Ordinary Pete, Jin Jager, Manu Pande, No Dawn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Congratulations, everybody. Congratulations. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Thank you, Mike Lang, for doing it. Thank you, Mike Lang. Congratulations to everybody. Beautiful. Big overhand right from Anthony Smith. Puts Walker on notice. Walker with the kick up the middle to the face. Everybody's chanting USA. Leg kick from Walker. Smith fighting very defensively, very apprehensively. Walker's waiting to set up something big, and Smith's waiting to defend it. Not looking very offensive at all. And then as soon as I said that, he lands a right hand on the chin. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Smith. His corner's calling for leg kicks, but he's not listening. He's trying to tease a teep down the middle, but he stays moving back. Every time Walker moves, he's taking steps back. Teep landed from Walker. Head kick from Walker gets partially blocked by the glove of Smith. Keith Peterson taking a smoke break as Smith catches a right hand and then lands a right hand of his own. And Walker says, bring it, and then lands 2 leg kicks. Smith got a little bit wobbly, though. Smith got a little bit wobbly before he landed his own big right. Inside leg kick from Walker. Kick to the body from Walker. Smith's getting his back very close to the cage. Jab down the middle from Walker. Jab down the middle from Smith. 1-2 from Smith. Walker's backing up now. Teep landed from Walker. Leg kick from Walker. Man, Smith, he started the fight breathing heavy. Smith's corner's telling him to meet him halfway, but he's having a hard time moving forward aggressively. Attempted flying knee from Walker doesn't seem to land so great, or maybe it's just a bad cameraman. It was mostly blocked. A couple leg kicks from Walker. Kick to the body, followed up with a jab from Walker. 1-2 from Smith. Teep from Smith. 2 minutes left in the first round. Right hand landed on the temple of Walker. Why was it stopped? Oh, I think as Smith landed that right hand, Walker kicked him in the groin. They're showing the replay. Yeah. Thank you again to Mike Lang for all those memberships. That's a lot. That's a lot of money right there. Thank you for doing it. Beautiful. Let me see if I could get a stopwatch going during this very fortuitous groin shot break. Come on. So are we at 1? There we go, right? All right. Well, now I missed it because I was doing the clock. I think he got kneed as he was entering. But now he has a single leg, and then he got a double leg, and then he's like he got Walker down like in sections. He had to keep pursuing it. But his health, that's crazy. I was just gonna say his tenacity, and then Dominic Cruz beat me to it. He got that fool on his back. He has over a minute to do some work right here. This is a good spot for this style versus style matchup for Anthony Smith, but he's taking a rest. Henry said, "Who style? What are you doing? Didn't you just learn from Henry what not to do? You got to squeeze that neck." Walker's acting like he knows something down there. Hey, he's trying to squeeze on that gluteus. So he's literally just going to put weight down on him. It's just going to be like a control time kind of thing. Is that really all you're going to do as a BJJ black belt? Is this what BJJ black belts look like when their name and their reputation is on the line? This is what BJJ black belts do. This is why you don't hand out black belts when fools just win a couple fights at a tournament against soccer dads. This is why you don't hand out. I apologize. I thought I was going to stop the timer before it killed your ears. And I messed up. I failed. Man. Mike Alfieri member for 33 months. Flexi. Oh, and he gifted 5 memberships. I missed it. 5 memberships. Drew Mo. Adan Ineguez. Sound Particle. Brian Dunn. Anthony Huevia. Unbelievable. Actually, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Thank you, Mike Alfieri. The generosity is unbelievable. Unbelievable. I try not to show you guys a lot of the fight because I don't want to get copyright or whatever, but I took some screenshots. This is actual footage of Anthony Smith in the corner right now. This is actual footage of the damage taken from Johnny Walker right now. Actual footage of Anthony Smith. Hey, does anybody know who Shaylee Lip is? Why do they keep showing that? Am I missing something? They keep showing that thing on the cage. 445. There we go. Oh, she's that fighter. That's messed up. That's super cool that they're doing that. That's really cool that they're doing that. Come on, do something. Show me something. I want blood. Jab landed from Smith. Leg kick from Walker. Smith with the wild overhand right. Doesn't touch anything. Left hand landed from Anthony Smith, even though he's throwing it like he's underwater. These dudes are winded. Leg kick from Walker. I think that body kick was semi-landed from Walker. These dudes are winded. These fools are fighting like they got lungs worse than Keith Peterson. Anthony Smith thought about throwing some overhand right stuff, but then Walker gave him a kick to the body and another kick to the body from Walker. Left hand landed on the chin of Walker. Leg kick from Walker. Couple jabs from Walker. Smith responds with the overhand right. Left hand from Smith. But Walker stays moving forward. Lots of inactivity. Wow. These professional athletes on the biggest MMA stage look way more gassed than they should in the middle of round 2. This is not cool, boys. I can't believe that Bert Kreischer movie, The Machine. Oh my gosh, it looks so corny. I didn't know that was real. Big overhand right from Smith, but he keeps landing it in some funky spots. Wasn't quite on the temple. It was like a little further on like the hard part of the dome. Overhand right on top of the head from Walker. Couple of jabs landed from Walker. Big left hand landed on the chin of Walker. Walker coming forward with a couple leg kicks, some spinning stuff, trying to confuse Smith. Smith is too tired to even bite on it. He couldn't even react. He doesn't have that much energy. They're holding hands now. Head kick from Walker. It looked like it was blocked a little, but I heard that head smack. Leg kick from Walker. From Smith. I'm not surprised so much about Smith, but I didn't expect Walker to be this tired. The crowd is actually booing right now. He did one of those Muay Thai kicks where you like put your hand on the canvas and then go upside down and kick him in the head. Who does? What's that name? Senchai? Isn't that the guy that does that a lot? Smith is saying something to Walker about that he's attacking his family. I don't know if he's like role playing right now and he's doing like method acting and he's acting like he's the intruder in his house. Is that what he's doing? He said something about that he's attacking his family. I don't know if he's trying to psych himself up or what. He kept saying, "You're attacking my family. You're attacking my family." And Johnny Walker's like, "Fool, what are you talking about? Are you tripping out or what? It's just business." That's crazy. He's out of his mind right now. And it wasn't like your typical MMA banter, like just back and forth little. They were like, it seemed like they were having like a conversation. It was like very wordy. He was just talking and talking and talking. No, he was saying that. I don't know if he was referring to remember how he was like really, really mad at Johnny Walker and he was like refusing to shake his hand and all that? I don't know if it had anything to do with like, I don't know if Johnny Walker was saying stuff about his family or what, and now Smith is like saying that, and I don't know if that's what he's referencing or if he's pretending that he's the intruder. Because he was saying something about you're attacking my family. And Walker's like, what? He's like, you're attacking my family. My family, I'm protecting my family. Walker's like, what are you talking about, fool? Overhand right again from Smith. He likes that overhand right. He just needs to throw it faster or earlier or something. He keeps landing it like on the far back part of the head, like where it's real hard up here. It's not going to do much. Everybody's booing. Leg kick from Walker. Big overhand right from Smith. Flying knee to the body from Walker. Attempted head kick from Walker. Smith ducks out of the way. Smith is acting like he got poked in the eye and Smith stopped it, or he separated him. I mean, Keith stopped it. I think he got a big toe in the eye or something. I don't know. That was hard to see unless it was covered by the rest of his hand. That was really hard to see. One, two coming forward from Smith. Leg kick from Walker, but Smith lands a left in the process. Leg kick from Smith. Leg kick from Walker. Smith is really committing to that overhand right, but I think Walker knows that's like most of what he's throwing. He's just anticipating it. Big hook kick, really telegraphed from Walker. Smith ducks under it. Now he comes forward, blitzing him, moves Walker back, but he only probably really landed one shot from that whole thing right there. Period. Smith saying that gibberish was actually code for dive now, but Walker's too slow and he forgot. Oh, dang. You think it's a setup? I like your wording, though. You're talking about dive. I'm telling you, these fools have been looking like they're fighting underwater since round one, period. I don't know what's happening. Usually that, I understand that happening in the championship rounds or toward the end of the third or something, but these fools came in for the introductions already breathing heavy. Ooh, big oblique kick from Walker. That could not have felt good for Smith's leg. Yeah, DC's talking about the leg too. Oh, Walker just keeps attacking it with a couple leg kicks. Left hand from Smith. He's refusing to switch stances. He's committed. He needs to be able to throw that big overhand right. Walker landed a big, impactful oblique kick right now. And Walker tried to go off of that for a double leg, but it was stuffed. And now Smith's getting put against the cage, trying to go for a single leg. Walker's teeing off on him. He's just holding his head down and punching him. Whoa, Smith, what are you doing? Are you just giving up? Smith is just he looked like he was just shelling up and like he was giving up all hope. Oh, he's trying to play possum and go for a leg lock. Man, that didn't look good. He was looking like Dominic Cruz in there with Keith Peterson for a moment. That's scary. Smith is all bloody. Man, imagine getting rocked. You're just looking at that big old Burt Kreischer face right there staring at you. Slip punch and big overhand right from Smith, but I don't think he has enough behind anything he's doing anymore to affect Walker. He's wobbly. He's like in a finish him sort of state right now. I don't know if there's anything he's going to be able to do. fuck? How did that happen already? That was very inaccurate. That was very inaccurate. See, this is why I don't do the clock. This is why I don't do the clock. I just killed everybody's ears. I was ahead. I don't know what's happening. Oh, we're already in round 3? I thought it was still round 2. Yeah, Smith lost. Smith lost. Smith lost. Smith lost. Oh, well, it's over. I wish they would have left the camera on them right now, because Walker went over to try to shake Smith's hand. And isn't Smith that dude that always like holds grudges? Wasn't he really mad at someone after another fight? He's like, no, I'm not going to be a good sport and I hate you and get out of my face. I think it was him, wasn't it? Smith did it for the money. He knows he has no gas in the tank. Man, him and Henry, huh? Dang it. I know he hates Jones, but it was someone else. Wasn't it like, oh, it was like a, was it, no. Blades, wasn't it Blades? No. I can't remember. I can't remember. He was like really mad at someone and they were trying to shake his hand and he's like, no, get on my face. Span? Ryan Span? I know it was a black dude. But I already got people on alert. I already got people on alert. They already think that I don't like these dudes. So I'm like, I didn't even notice what color he was, you know. So Walker ran out of the cage to go shake hands with Jamal Hill. Oh, Smith's retiring. He took off his gloves. His homie was trying to give him the monster can to hold, but he's like, I can't. I'm holding my gloves. I'm gonna put my gloves down. He's gonna retire. Walker, biggest win of your career, top 5 victory. How does it feel? I did, you know. I just got to like, I must prove myself, you know. I want to. I don't want to finish in quickly. I want to fight 3 rounds. I don't want to do the whole thing. Should have retired after his dental caps were knocked loose. Dang. Walker's worst performance I've seen. Yeah, I think so, definitely. $50 and 0. Just think, like, if he would have just decided to, like, if he would have pulled a Sterling, he could have had the belt. Smith could have been the champion. He could have been the champion, light heavyweight champion. Look at how it happened with Sterling. It was all pathetic and lame and embarrassing and disgusting and shameful. And then now look at this streak he's on. Smith could have done the same thing. And what if he would have went on a little streak too? Just having the right matchups. Wow, they're not gonna put Smith on the mic and let him have like a retirement speech. How are they not gonna let Smith talk? That's messed up. Wow, they really didn't let him say anything. Wow, so Anthony Smith is fighting Glover actually in a heavyweight match. UFC Fight Pass Invitational. He's already going into another fight after this. Oh my gosh. Glover's gonna kill him now. It doesn't end for Smith. Ah, man. Yeah, he's gonna be on there with Bisping just Nicola. He's gonna be on there with Bisping, like just yeah. He's an angry dude. He's an angry dude. Smith got a whole podcast to talk about what he's done. You guys are messed up. Um. All right, we're going into the main event. Who you got? Almeida? Almeida? Rozenstruik? Almeida looks like he's on all the roids. Smith Glover retirement match. For real. Yeah, Walker did not look like himself today. What do you guys think about them redoing White Man Can't Jump? What do you think about that? The white man is now played by a Chinese woman. That's like the one that they won't change. They want to make sure that everyone knows that the white dude can't jump still. Like 30 years later, he still can't jump. In case anyone forgot. They could remake it, but the white guy ain't gonna jump any higher. I was like at a gathering the other day, and the new Peter Pan movie was on, the live action movie, like the non-cartoon version. You know how they're like ruining every movie and making them new? And one of the kids was like, oh my gosh. Hey, I'm just the messenger. One of the kids was like, oh my gosh. One of the kids was like, one of the kids was like, they made Tinkerbell black. And then the some adult was like, well, yeah, whatever, yeah. And then the kid was like, first Ariel, now Tinkerbell. It was like, hey, you not don't say that. But she said it with like such conviction. Like, first this, and it's like, why are you saying that? Don't say that. Oh, it just felt wrong. It felt wrong. Like But I don't know. It's like the adults were like, they were like, yeah, but don't say it. Oh man. I period. GM, how come you like Smith? Oh, I don't like Smith. I can't stand the dude. He was talking mad papas about the Jerry Glover fight. He's not nearly as good as he thinks he is. Um, I think I was kind of just I just felt bad. Like same thing with Tony Ferguson. That dude is like the most cringiest, just off-putting, unlikable, stealing my Dana White privilege thing ever. But when he just started getting beat and beat and beat and beat and losing, and I felt bad for him. So I've never been a fan of Smith, but I don't know. He's a human, and it's just sometimes it's just hard to see dudes go out. But yeah, I don't. I'm not a fan. Corey Troldon, hey, just rolling through with the 10-piece, the 10-piece and a soda. Thank you, Corey Trold. Oh, Toldon. I thought it said troll. Now you know how my mind works. Corey Toldon, thank you, Corey. Isaac De Anda, just join the family. Scope the membership tab. Get in the Discord. Two-toed, flexing on everybody. Member for 3 months. Thank you for being here. Thank you, and oh, you look magnificent as well. Um, um, I'm black, and it's weird to see them randomly make characters black. It's fine to have a black main character, but retconning a character to be black is weird. Yeah. Soon we're gonna get Black Snow White. It just feels like pandering. I look at I never watched I didn't watch Friday. I didn't watch the movie Friday and was like, man, you know what? This movie will be a lot better if they cast these two dudes as white dudes. Or I'd like this a lot more if these two dudes were Mexican. Or if they were, Chinese or something. They're black dudes, and I accepted it. I didn't watch Space Jam when I was little and think, I wish this lead basketball player was a white dude. I didn't watch American Gangster and be like, man, I wish Denzel Washington was a white dude. They should have made it be a white guy. And I never watched any ones with white people and been like, I wish they were black. Like, let each person do their own thing. You know what I think is really messed up and genuous, and it makes it clear that they're pandering? If you really want to support black people, if you really want to give them a platform, if you really want to do something for them, and I know people have done it, like the Princess, what's that movie, The Princess Frog or something like that, and then they had like Black Panther stuff. If you really want to do that, create for them, give them that honor, create for them. Don't just be like, hey, this big thing that's already been made, it's your turn now. Here are the keys. It's yours now. Don't pander. Have enough faith in them and believe in them to give them their own stage, to build their own thing. FUBU. Believe in them enough to create from scratch with them. Don't be like, hey, the Lion King is a black guy now. Mufasa is a black man now. Like, what? Believe in them enough to give them their own thing. Mufasa was actually a black man, wasn't he? I just remember who did his voice. It's already been done. I'm just saying. it just feels so sketchy when you just try to scoop everyone into something that's already a thing like that and repurpose it. It's so clear what they're doing. Now it's an agenda. But if you really care about, making Japanese people famous in film, or black people, or Scandinavian, that's just white, huh? But whatever it is, make them their own stuff and believe in them enough to know that that's going to blow up and do well, just like this other stuff that you're trying to scoop them into. By the way, I never seen Peter Pan in my life. I never watched the cartoon movie, apparently, and I didn't know what the whole story was. Peter Pan was a little jerk. I didn't know anything about that movie. He's a little punk. Corey told on. I agree with you. Pandering is disingenuous. Yeah, I don't know how people don't see right through it. You got people like cheering for it and let's do more of it. And this is beautiful and this is amazing. It's just, man, all those people just seem like big babies. That's not really what you want. It's not a compliment. They're playing you. They're doing that thing where, I don't know. They're just affirming you and making you feel good about everything that they're doing so they can make more money. Period. Ariel, etc. are fantasy, but Cleopatra was a real person and they race changed her. That was messed up. That's even more messed up. That's even more ridiculous. That's crazy. I didn't even think about it that deeply. For reals. That one's just dumb. Thank you again, Corey told on. Thank you, period. Main one. Hey, thank you. Thank you, Big Spender. Main one. Just joined the YouTube membership. Scope that tab for extra content. You could get in the Discord right there. If you scroll down a little bit, you'll find that link. Everybody kept getting annoyed with me when I was watching Peter Pan, because you just reminded me of something right here. Frisky Dingo, Tyler Durden doesn't exist, nor does the chick. It's Ed Nor. So okay, I don't know if you were at all saying what I was thinking then, but when I was watching Peter Pan, I don't know if the new live action movie is the same as the original, but when I was watching it play out, I was like, oh, wait a minute. At first, I thought Captain Hook was Peter Pan's dad. And I was like, oh, they're having this battle because Peter Pan doesn't want to grow up and his dad wants him to grow up and be mature. That's why they're fighting. And this girl, Wendy or whatever, she's having that same battle with her mom because she don't want to grow up. So now we're seeing the parallel. Peter Pan don't want to grow up. So now him and his dad are beefing. And I was like, oh, snap. When I realized that wasn't the case, I was like, this ain't his dad. This is actually him. Peter Pan is Captain Hook. This is like a Fight Club thing. This is like Tyler Durden kind of thing. And they're trying to fight each other. Like Captain Hook is trying to kill the boy so that he can finally fully grow up and be mature. And Peter Pan is trying to kill him so he could stay young forever. And I realized like they're the same guy. And then I was like, oh no, I think, and everyone was like, shut up already, you're gonna ruin it. And I was like, no, I'm telling you, it's gonna. And I was like, no, it's his brother. Captain Hook and Peter Pan are brothers, and they got mad at each other because their mom was trying to raise them a certain way. And then Captain Hook was like, you need to grow up, fool. You need to be more mature. You're not doing your chores. I'm picking up all the slack. I got grounded because the stuff wasn't done, and it was your. And then I found out that they were friends. I was way off, apparently. And then they're like, we used to be friends and now we're enemies, but we'll be happy if we keep trying to kill each other forever. That's where we find our joy. So please don't die. Let's stay here and keep beefing. And then Peter Pan almost left and had a new life and grew up with the girl and all those other kids, but at the last second he dipped. And then Captain Hook came back to life and he was a zombie and they kept fighting again. Now they're fighting forever, eternally. It's crazy. It's crazy. Those movies, those storylines were crazy back in the day. And then I remember one of my first guesses. I was like, this is where everyone got mad. I went like this. It was quiet. Everyone's just watching the movie, and I go, "Oh, it's a dream!" And everyone shut it up. Because the girl Wendy was beefing at home with her mom. She's like, you need to be more mature. You need to grow up. You need to move on with your life. You need to do. And then all of a sudden, Peter Pan's over here in this parallel universe going through the same thing. And Wendy's learning, like, that's not what I want for my life. And I was like, she's dreaming. It's gonna be like Wizard of Oz. She's gonna wake up. And then I was telling everyone, remember at the beginning, they were sword fighting? She probably fell down, tripped, hit her head, passed out. And she's dreaming all this right now, and then she's gonna wake up and be like, "I don't want to be like Peter Pan." And she ended up doing that. She wasn't dreaming, but she still ended up having the same conclusion. So basically, I wasn't right, but I was right. I want to make a channel where I just talk about Disney movies. I don't remember 12 Monkeys. I saw a clip from that the other day and I thought I need to watch that movie again. 12 Monkeys. For honestly, I hate it when people talk during movies. I hate it. I hate it. When Marilena was like, "Hey, who do you think?" And I'm like, "Do you think I saw the movie? I'm just watching it too." Like, hey, isn't that the or are they gonna do this? I don't know. I'm not from the future. But I was just trying to I was just being stupid. I was just trying to. I was just amusing myself because I was bored. So I was just being a jerk. But I hate it when people talk during like shows and movies because I'm trying to I actually try to pay attention and like be into what's going on. But I was just like having fun because I was bored. I was being a jerk. Come on, let's get it started. Oh my gosh. There we go. Whoa! I always miss like the first couple seconds because the fight clock. It looked like Rozenstruik was coming straight forward, like I was telling you he was gonna do, and then Almeida caught him coming in right away, and then Rozenstruik tried to adjust and go for a takedown, and Almeida sprawled, and now they're back on the feet again. I might have been completely wrong about all that. I don't know. Almeida immediately went for the double leg. Almeida already has Rozenstruik on his back with like 4.5 minutes. He's gonna get choked out. Abel, Grandmaster, are you going to tune into the Diaz versus Paul fight? What's your prediction? Also, what are your thoughts on those kind of fights, YouTube boxing? Barring some unforeseen circumstance, I will absolutely be streaming that. I am Team Paul. I think Nate Diaz is very fragile, both in the metaphorical and literal nature. I love the freak show. I want to see Susan Wojcicki box Jake Paul next, even though she's no longer the YouTube CEO. I'm here for the freak show. I think it's hilarious, and I'm all for it. I think Jake Paul and Nate Diaz should do a triple thing in the contract where they do a boxing match, they do an MMA match, and they do a slap fight match. No, fourth thing. Boxing match, MMA match, slap fight, and then trash talk, where they just sit across the table and just talk papas. Almeida, I will ask you kindly to remember who you're on the ground with right now. If you don't tap him out in this first round, having this control that you've had for 4.5 minutes, you need to retire and go grapple with Anthony Smith next. If you don't choke him out right now in this first round, you're gonna have to have a career change. We're talking about Rozenstruik right here. Come on. Wait. Oh, never mind. I was confused. Almeida's throwing some distraction blows to the body, trying to soften up Rozenstruik, trying to catch him slipping so he can get around that neck. And now he's trying to get. Does he have the arm triangle? I think he's got the arm in there. You just need a squeeze, just like I was telling Cejudo. Forget about all the technique. Forget about all your black belt type of stuff right now. You don't need to get too high class white glove right now. Just squeeze. Just squeeze. It's just physics. You squeeze a body and it's not going to feel good, especially the higher up you go. Now, okay, Rozenstruik found his way to the cage. Now he's got his back like halfway against the cage. Almeida's throwing a couple knees to the upper body here and there. Man, he really let that get away from him. Almeida's trying to get to that side control, looks like. He finally found his way out of being, he had his leg trapped for the longest. Rozenstruik had his leg trapped so he couldn't get around. It looks like Almeida slowly taking the back now. Oh, he got out of it. Rozenstruik thought he was being slick, turning and turning away, trying to get toward the cage, but then Almeida was taking the back. And then Rozenstruik got on his back, and then Almeida started ground and pounding, and then Rozenstruik was like, forget this. And then he went back to his stomach, and now Almeida's getting the rear naked. And I told you he was going to tap him out round one. I told you he was going to tap him out round one. You guys asked me when I barely started streaming who's going to win. I said Almeida. I told you why. I gave you the resumes. I hit up the Wikipedia. I went through the play-by-play. I did my due diligence. I told you how he was coming at him right now when the fight started and how it was looking and how they were both carrying themselves. I told you that he was going to get choked out in the first round. First round submission. Here we go. I'm not counting my predictions though. I think I'm only counting my like official predictions when I make videos. So far, I'm 2 for 2 this year. I know I said Grasso was going to win. I said this dude was going to win. I said whoever else was going to. But I only really officially count it if I make a video. Do you think that's fair? Or should I go back through every single fight companion and every time I say something and do it that way? Because officially, because people have been trying to tell me because the last two fights, oh, Henry didn't win and Pereira didn't win. You're 0 for 2 this year. I'm like, I'm 2 for 2. Because of John Jones and because of what's his name? Leroy. Who's that fool that beat Usman? Leroy. What is that fool's name? I'm not even playing. Leon. I thought it was Leroy Edwards. Leon Edwards. Leroy. Oh man. So I'm 2 for 2. But then when I don't know. I suppose it doesn't matter, but I just kind of like to know where I stand. I'm seeing people in the comments that are upset with the result and with Almeida. I don't understand it. It's not like he laid on him like Usman for 5 rounds. He got the back and he choked him out. How are you gonna be upset about that? Now I know that submissions aren't the most exciting thing in the world when you could do, crazy combos and uppercuts and hooks and overhand rights, knock someone out, spinning back kick to the head, question mark kick. But I mean, he subbed him. Good job. In the first round. So he was active. I mean, we complain about people hugging all night, hugged the whole fight. This dude went in and quick night. He did like Mike Tyson. So congratulations to him. So Shaylee Lip, I looked it up. She's that girl fighter that passed away. If you guys didn't know, she was a up and coming, or she was like amateur, but she was someone who wanted to someday be in the UFC. And she passed away a few days ago. I think it was a few days ago in a car accident. And I guess her mom found her journal. And like after every single entry was like, Dana White will know my name. Dana White will know my name. And then Dana White tweeted the other day, like, oh, like, hey, I know your name now. And I was like, dang, that was cool of him to do that. That was sad though. So young. So messed up. So they're just trying to do a nice thing, like you know, when people pass away, sometimes they just want them to be acknowledged and put their name out there, have their name seen, have their name said, honor them in that way. So we know your name now, Shaylee Lip. There's a very good chance you're in a much better place than we all are right now anyway. So it's up to us to figure stuff out now. Um I guess that's the end of the stream. I got some stuff I gotta go do and help out with now. Gotta start trying to figure out my next video. For real, Drew. I think about that sometimes. You know, the when people pass away and stuff, the heartbreak, the sadness, and all that. It's for us. You know, it's for us. We don't need to be sad for them. Now, I'm not even gonna get into heaven and hell and stuff like that. I'm not gonna try to get dark on you. But let's say you're assuming that your loved one is going to a better place. You know, all that sadness is for us to bear. You know, they're instantly better off than me and you. You know. But Plaga, I will acknowledge you. I will say your name when you die. I will say your name because you asked nicely. All right. That's true, Brian Dunn. That's true. Juice Box, 30 months. Can't wait to see where you are in another 2.5 years, GM. I will try my best to be optimistic. I will try my best to be optimistic. I remember I used to work at a big tech company, but I hated that lifestyle. Just the whole corporate and everyone like acting like their job and their work was the most important thing in life. And I remember one time, I think it was my direct boss said something about, yeah, you know, around this time when we're doing this, around this time next year. And I remember I kind of just blurted it out. I said, if I'm still here next year, I'm gonna kill myself. Oh. And probably not coincidentally, before the next year came, I actually got laid off. But maybe it was a blessing in disguise, you know, because that ultimately pushed me into what I'm doing right now. But same thing, I kind of have the I'm not the most I struggle with being pessimistic. So when I hear 2.5 years, I'm like, man, I'm still gonna be doing my best and hurting. I don't know. I'll try to be optimistic, Juice Box. I appreciate your optimism. I appreciate that, Drew. I will never lose that. I see a lot of other YouTubers and people. It really gets to their head. They think they really did something, but that's not me. What race replaces you in the Mexican martial arts reboot? Chinese. I would be so funny as a Chinese dude. I would want to see a little Chinese dude play me. I would love to see that energy coming from a Chinese dude being the grandmaster. That would be so funny. All right, I gotta get out of here. I gotta start figuring out my next move. What I'm gonna break down next. Do me a favor. every single one of you that are willing and able, all 237 of you right now, if you are willing and able, go to the video I linked up there, my most recent video, the breakdown I just released last night, and let me know in the comments what fight I should do a prediction of next, because I'm trying to think what I should do next. I don't think anyone is going to care or click if I do a Nunes prediction. Maybe Conor McGregor, Michael Chandler. Maybe I don't even know what it. See, nothing's even important enough for me to even remember what the. I mean, didn't Oliveira pull out? I can't do Dariush and Oliveira. I mean, that's probably the move, right? Chandler and McGregor, is that the move? Anyway, if you're willing and able, I would appreciate it very much if you would help spike that algorithm on the most recent video. Go leave me a comment. Let me know which video I should do a prediction on next. I'll go do the newest comments. I'll refresh it and see what you guys had to say. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Forgive me if I'm a little off today. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it was from just the exhausting week I had or what. But I feel like mentally I'm in a good place. I'm just exhausted, so I don't want to give you the wrong idea. But thank you for being here. Just stay tuned for the next one. Thank you for watching Mexican Martial Arts. Appreciate it. Good looking out. Late.